Right now?
Yep.
Like now.
Well, now I'm under pressure.
Yeah, see, that's what you're trying to do to me.
I don't like pressure.
It's not even so much like, you know what? Fuck it, just crack it.
I don't even know what number it is, so I can't even give a good intro. Is it 3?
3.
Number 3.
3.
All right. Pick number 3, me lord. No, I'm just kidding. You guys remember Shrek? You remember that one? That's
Pick 3, my lord.
Movie reference number 1.
All right, let's get ourselves started.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
It's time to do it.
Gentlemen,
Let's crack it open.
2, 3. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Oh, and that is actually where you could do like the thing you did in the beginning of the other one.
That's good. So good.
It's definitely one of my faves.
Yeah, this is good.
I've actually not had this until right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously.
Do you know anything about this brewery? Do you want me to do a little bit?
I don't.
I don't know.
I've never been to.
I know the people that work
I
there.
haven't either.
Yeah, I know people
that's
work
right.
there.
You do know people that work there, yeah.
Well, at least a few years ago.
So, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're drinking today is the Boom Sauce. It is from Lord Hobo Brewing Company. And this is their double IPA. It is really good.
It's a double.
We had a couple at
Axe Throwing
Bar. Yeah, went to Urban Axes. Yeah, that's the first time I ever had it. I think was at that place. So,
Oh yeah, this is a
really?
beer for
Okay.
you, man.
yeah,
This is you. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like my personality.
It is good. I like it a lot.
So no, it's really good. Really, really good.
That seems more about the brewery.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
I don't know much about it. I've had their beer canned at places, and then I've also had it on draft, which it's always good on draft.
Yeah.
That's about it. It's
I've heard it's always a good place to go to.
Yeah, everyone.
I haven't been myself.
Yeah.
My old
Same.
roommate used to go all the time.
Nice.
When I played baseball, softball, like a restaurant league from Cambridge, Somerville, and that was one of the restaurants we would play. So they're always good people. I hope some of them are still there because now I want to go in.
Seriously.
Say hi to Sheffy and a few others.
Absolutely.
It'll be fun.
Definitely. Yeah, heck yeah.
So what are we doing today? So today, well, you've kind of had a good idea about our personalities, and you're meeting my neighbors today.
Yeah, they're cutting some serious wood.
Yeah,
So.
they're cutting up their.
This isn't post production. This is part of the show. So this is
it's real time.
it's a real time.
Well, it's a guerrilla shoot. It's a guerrilla shoot.
Yeah.
We don't have authorization.
Yeah.
We don't have a permit. That's the way. But
Real authentic. We're going for.
thank you, Jack. So.
Yeah.
You've kind of been getting to know our personalities a little bit. This is only the 3rd time we've done this, so we've just kind of sitting around shooting shit. But as you've already know, honestly, most of the people watching this at the moment are probably clients and friends of ours, and probably our mothers.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, Mom.
Hopefully.
Actually, my grandmother watches the show too, so thank you.
you're really trying to get me to stop swearing. God damn.
No, that's the grandmother that doesn't care about swearing, so you're okay.
Oh, fuck, thank God. All right.
Let it fly.
Oh, thank God. All right. But so we're talking a little bit today about how we've kind of come into the industry because we're all coaches. I don't like the word trainer because, dogs have trainers. Like, people don't,
I'll use it, but I get what you mean.
Because it's like on our shirts, like we kind of have to.
Yeah, true.
But anyway.
I have a theory about that we can talk about in the future, but go ahead.
Yeah, we can talk about it a little bit later today,
Yeah.
too. It's kind of how we got into the industry, what mistakes we've made, how...
You guys got time?
Yeah. We'll try to condense it down. But how much mistakes that we've made, and our current philosophies, and things we currently do with clients, and things we really enjoy, what we get out of it. So I guess that's how I'll start.
Dude, all you,
You
man.
want me to?
Let's go.
So I've been a coach for about 5.5 years.
Nice.
Holy shit.
It goes fast, man. It goes really fast.
Dude. Always in the same place, but I kind of came into it. I don't really think I had very many goals coming into it as a coach or a trainer. I really just wanted a job that,
Yeah.
that I could just kind of do whatever I wanted.
Right.
Like I didn't want to have my own. I didn't want to be my own. I didn't want to be told what to do. I don't want to be like, you have to show up at this time to work a shift you don't want to do. But I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Make your own schedule.
And now, and that's exactly what we have. So I think it started through that, but now I'm really just. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy instructing. I like knowing things. That's a big thing I like doing.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
every job I've had, it's always been centered around people.
Same. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really what I like most. And I think you have to in this field, in our field,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
the fitness industry.
Well, if you're not a people person, just want to work, like, One of my math teachers.
God
in
damn
high
it,
school,
Chuck!
I hope I'm being loud enough. One of my math teachers in high school was a brilliant math teacher. He actually worked for the Jets. I don't know if he still did during or whatever. Worked with the defense on something, like up in the booth. It was great. Like
That's really
cool.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty
wow.
But regardless, he was also very smart with math.
Oh,
He just couldn't teach it.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah,
He couldn't
that's the
teach
thing.
it. He was not a
Oh,
good
yeah,
teacher. So
it was all here.
And like
Yeah.
the class was kind of a joke. No one really respected him as a teacher, that kind of thing. So,
Oh, yeah, that's...
so it's the same thing. If you're,
funny
if you're a
that it
trainer
hurts
or a
now.
coach,
Yeah.
If you're a trainer or a coach, and you know really all there is to know, although that's almost impossible, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. But you can't apply it to your own clients because you're not a people person. It's
Yeah.
And if anyone watching this, if you do have a coach where they know everything or claim to do, and they're not they're afraid to say I don't know, get a new one. Because anyone that claims to know everything in this field is 1, a liar, 2, wrong.
right.
I know, is that the same thing? I don't know.
Because we're all.
I said 1 before
Yeah.
I had it too.
We're
You can
learning
say it's
every day.
ego. You can say there's a
Yeah.
lot of ego
It's
too.
there's a lot of ego and
Because to them,
narcissism in our field.
it may be true, but the reality obviously
Right.
is.
But they're
yeah,
most of the
is-
time, I feel like it's because they're saying it because they don't want to lose you as a client, because they think if you don't know the answer to something, they're like, oh, I got to go find someone who does. But no, you can refer to somebody. Like
Yeah.
I use Tim, and I've used everyone at least once, I'm sure, to be like, all right, I know they know this. I don't.
Oh, absolutely.
As
Oh,
much.
yeah.
I don't want to tell this person something I kind of know and have something go wrong.
Nothing wrong with referring out, man.
we've all
Nothing
done
wrong with
that.
that.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
all.
We've all done that. Just try to like bullshit our way through an answer, and
Yeah, well, depending on what it is, of course. But like, if you're too unsure, you gotta refer to somebody else, and that's what makes a good coach, knowing
knowing when to say
defer
it.
to
Yeah.
somebody else if you need to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
That's exactly right. At least an experienced one, because like newer coaches, newer coaches will do that as well. Like they're one afraid to lose the client, but I think they're afraid of. Well, I know for me at least, because we've all done it. It's afraid of losing face,
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
being like, oh, they're paying me for this and I don't know it. Oh shit.
Imposter
Yeah.
syndrome. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, more like that. That's it.
That's why you can't really use the term like fitness professional all that much, because we may know more than our client, but it's we don't know everything. So,
Yeah.
I slightly disagree. We can use fitness professional. I hate using the word expert.
but that's what
I'm
I
the
meant. I'm
same way.
sorry. Yeah,
I don't like-
I mean, because we do it on a professional level.
Got ya.
It's literally our profession. So yes, that's
Yeah.
We
I
are
misused
yeah.
that, but expert, correct? Expert,
It's overused, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
in our industry as well as many others. But
right?
yeah,
So
I
you
I
gotta
agree.
use that term loosely or not at all. So
Yeah. And nothing like the people that like they deem themselves experts are far from experts. Usually,
yeah.
like it's usually like word of mouth that makes them an actual like.
well, you can be an
in
expert
it.
on certain aspects, but like
Well, yeah,
all encompassing, that's kind of what
I'm
they're-
an expert in everything. No, you're fucking.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's-
You're an expert in bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, unless you're immortal and you've
Yeah.
been around for
You can have your
10,000
niche or
years.
whatever, but
Yeah.
outside of
yeah,
that.
you can be an expert in a niche.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think I'm an expert in kettlebells. but
And
I
even
know-
that takes
a
I
long
know
time.
most of that more of that compared to other things in
Yeah.
my arsenal.
Would
So,
you ever? Do you ever feel? Well, how do I phrase this? Do you think you would ever get to the point where you're comfortable calling yourself a kettlebell expert?
Absolutely not.
That was the answer.
just because there's always more to learn, and which I love. That's why that's what got
Oh,
me to
yeah.
stay in the industry, if anything.
Yeah.
Oh, same.
Like
It's always
constant
something new.
learning, because I may learn a new stretch, that kind of thing, or just a whole new training style, and coming into it, I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
I thought once I passed and got the job, I wouldn't have to.
We're in.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me was like, oh, I don't have to do much to
Oh, yeah.
get by, which is obviously very ignorant, but like,
Mm.
and then I knew I was like,
Yeah,
all right, if I
but
want to
you
get
don't know
better,
what you don't know. So
Exactly. If
you
I
know
want
how
to
it
get
is.
better, I have to keep studying certain things. I don't know. If someone asks me a question I don't know the answer to, I'll look it up and just try to learn more about it. So
Yeah, it's
Oh,
funny
yeah.
how like the more confident you get, the more you're able to say, I don't know that.
that's 100%
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm quick to say
funny.
that now.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
If you have the resources, you might as well defer out and learn what you can, so you know next time.
That reminds me, like another thing. And I think you guys are the same way. What I love about our jobs is it's literally different every day.
Yeah.
I have never had a day repeat itself,
Yeah.
and
True.
I said I've been doing this for 5.5 years.
Right. Well, the schedule may be similar, but it's like, yeah, it's something new all the time. And at desk job, I feel like that we couldn't sit behind a desk.
No, could not.
Oh,
That's too much of the
no.
same stuff. Yeah, things change, but like it's ever changing for us for the most
Yep.
part.
Yeah, like my
Different workouts.
No.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Back to the so I wanted so the office thing. Like my roommate is a software engineer.
Yeah.
Like he writes code for a living.
Exactly.
So he does code. I don't know something. I don't know what he us. Something along those lines.
He's writing the Matrix.
Yes, yeah.
Basically.
Might as well be.
And while he's working with the Greek alphabet, like I got nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So he may be an expert in
He's an
that
expert there.
sense, but like obviously we're not, so we
Right,
can
yeah. But
shed light on that if we don't know it.
Right, but he also he makes into the six figures because we're in Boston, and that's a high tech field for us right now.
Yeah.
Deep into the six figures. Well, 100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'm like, you know what? You know, moments when we're like, all right, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I should probably do that. And that thought occurred in my head for about a solid 6.5 seconds before I went, no, I'd want to drive into a pole if I had to sit in front of a computer and do that all
Weigh
day.
the pros and cons.
I couldn't do it. Yeah. I
Literally want to drive
into
into a pole.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. Like obviously you can always do something to make more money. Like if I went back
Shaq!
if I went back to DPT school, become a physical therapist, but I just couldn't do it.
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
I don't want any more school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
like,
wanna
I'll keep getting certifications and stuff, and like broadening my horizons that way.
Yeah.
But I can't. I want to work. I want to make money, and I love what I'm doing now. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
You know, every time that goes off, I'm reminded. Do you ever see that Will Ferrell skit from SNL, where they're at a barbecue and he keeps yelling at his kid to get off the shed?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have seen that.
I've seen
yeah.
it.
That's exactly what I keep thinking. Like every time it goes off, like get off the shed. Like
Pretty much.
And he lives here, so he can know that.
I can do what I want. I'm tied here by law for another 3 months. So fuck
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So
There we go.
and we're not. So.
3 whole months. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, we'll fucking see.
But yeah, so what got me into the fitness industry was just kind of changing paths. Like I said, I almost went physical therapy route, but I decided to at least take a little bit of a break.
You would have been so bored.
But yeah, exactly. A little bit of a break, become a trainer, and then see,
I say that,
see how
but,
I liked
yeah.
it. But then and ended up loving it, of course.
Yeah.
And who knows, I could still do that in the future. But,
Good.
so going into college, I had no idea I'd be doing what I do now. I thought I'd be probably graduating DPT school like this year, actually, if I stuck with it.
Oh
the time.
yeah, that's right.
That'd be
Because a
about
lot
right.
of people I went to school with just graduated. So
Where'd you go again?
UMass Lowell.
Got it.
Yeah, so they have a really good program. I was kind of burnt out and like fell in love with the, this route. Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
fell in love with this route when I started learning that kind of stuff in one of my classes, as opposed to like the rehabbing, people with injuries. I kind of want to work with, for the most part, able-bodied people instead, as far as like that, that route.
That's one thing I've noticed in the past few years, changing with PTs, physical therapists, is it's a lot. Yeah, they still have the clinical, like people coming in and rehab from injury and go through. But there's also physical therapists that are kind of doing everything. They're like physical therapists, but they have their own strength facility.
Oh yeah.
Like a strength coach therapist down in Maryland.
Honestly,
Teddy.
that's the kind of person I would want to go to if I got hurt.
Yeah.
I want someone with a strength
Yeah.
background. Yeah.
But
True, that's a
I've
good
thought
point.
of it in ways of like, there must have been like serious strength coaches, like a champion PT in Waltham. The owner of that was a physical therapist. He was a former strength coach for the Red Sox when they won in 13, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
Oh,
that's-
nice.
His
So he has a ring.
yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Never take it off.
That's amazing. Oh no.
Off the top of my head, I cannot remember his name. Mike Reinold?
That's amazing.
Mike Reinold?
But yeah, that's correct. I would trust someone.
Could you imagine
Not-
being on its being still getting a ring even though you didn't play on the field
Oh.
Like you're part of the...
I
I know
would be
someone that used to park cars for them.
I
to
would
get a ring.
Right. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's how far
Part of the
down it is.
team, man.
Yeah.
That's a culture thing. I
Part of
love
the
that.
car.
I love that.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
love
he
that.
parked their cars before the game and everything. And
What year was that?
Must have been 13.
Yeah, no, that makes
Because
sense.
I worked
Yeah.
with him only 2 or 3 years ago, probably. So.
That's a culture thing, which we've talked
Yeah.
about many times, but that's great. I love that. I think that's amazing. He's very much a part of the team, man.
Yeah.
Kudos to him.
Interact
It's awesome.
with them all the time. So.
Yeah.
What kind of got you into the?
Yeah, how did
Did you just know you wanted to do it?
Yeah, we know your
Oh, yeah.
your
'Cause I didn't.
journey. Well, we know
Because I didn't know.
your journey a little bit,
Yeah.
but like I don't know how you got in it.
Yeah, pretty much for me, I guess it starts off with, elementary school, middle school. I was kind of a skinny, runt, kid that
Oh, I
got
have
bullied
heard
a
this.
lot,
Keep
got
going.
beat
I
up.
like this.
So that's what really got me into lifting was, I wish Jimmy were here because he'd throw some jabs at me right now, some jabs at me right now. Yeah, so I was kind of a small kid. I remember in third grade. I will not mention the young man's, where he's my age, but I won't mention his name. But I remember in third grade, excuse me, the teacher walked out for maybe 5 minutes to go do something, and I got choked out in front of the entire class by a kid twice. Did I tell you the story?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't tell me that.
I got
story.
choked out. Yeah, I got choked out by. I mean, I said not fully. I didn't pass out, but I was about to.
You were like emotionally dead.
Yeah, no, I got choked out by this kid. He was about twice my size, and he cut off my air supply. I couldn't breathe. I wasn't breathing. There was nothing I was gonna do. I was in no way was I gonna put up a fight. It was humiliating. It was embarrassing, and stuff like that. You could probably think about your whole life. You try to process it, do all that stuff. But that was kind of my start of, well, I'm gonna lift some weights. I'm gonna get stronger, and
early, huh?
I'm gonna, And it's kind of, I don't know if I processed it that way back then, but it definitely turned into
It's a driving force.
Driving
It
force.
became like the identity, and you're like, I don't like this.
Yeah, no. And I remember, again, like, maybe, I don't remember if it was like right before that or right around that same time, but I remember there was another kid on the playground that was like just straight up pushing me down to the ground, like time after time after time. I just kept standing back up, but he kept pushing me. And I eventually, that's how I actually got into track. I realized I could run pretty fast. So I could run faster. He was stronger than me, but I could run faster. I just started working out, and it was a way to channel my anger and frustration with that. Got stronger, got bigger. If I can find it, I'll put it on here. But there's a picture of me graduating high school. It was a $135.
I was like
I was running cross country.
I was a $155.
Yeah.
Cross country. Oh, hell yeah. So,
55.
yeah. So I was $135, and for me, the freshman 15 was like a muscle because I wasn't running as much. I was eating.
Came back. I was like, okay, good. We can get back to baseline.
Yeah, exactly.
What it wanted to be.
Yeah, seriously. So, so for me, it was really just helping to increase my self-esteem, kind of self-worth and stuff. And I noticed that it drastically improved not only my physical health, but my mental health. I just mentioned it, but self-esteem and all that stuff went up. And it completely transformed my life and has just made me a happier, more productive person. I know for a fact it's made me a better family member and just general citizen. The physical strength.
Husband, all of it.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's... So I know. Yeah, there you go. Shout out to my wife.
We know we're idiots. I get it.
Here's another move reference. My wife. I couldn't. I'm sorry.
I would hope most people would.
I couldn't. I'm sorry. But for me,
that was right after I was like, yeah, we're idiots.
Yeah, and that's what really attracted me to the Strong First is the slogan, strength has a greater purpose, and I to sound corny, like I live it. It's definitely my life.
Yeah.
And for me, when you have people come in and train and they're self-conscious about their weight, one way or the other, it can definitely go both ways.
Yeah.
I've seen people who have gotten physically stronger and it's impacted every aspect of their life. And to me, it is humbling. It's amazing. And I've trained clients who have been dealing with a family member dying. I've actually trained a couple older clients who have had parents in their 90s and they were quite literally on their deathbed, and how at that time it wasn't even about the workout. It was just about listening, connecting, and giving them that sense of the word we were mentioning in episode 1, normalcy.
Yeah.
And it definitely just helped keep them sane, which has definitely been a big part for me during obviously
But
quarantine.
at the time, newfound love for fitness, coupled with your people skills, and that's ultimately came into becoming wanting to help other people basically do the same thing, and that's obviously common with us.
Oh yeah,
We're people.
We're people.
We're people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that, but yeah, it's like if we weren't people, we wouldn't be in the people person.
Oh,
sense
absolutely.
Like we wouldn't be trainers, obviously. So it's we all have different reasons as to like
we voluntarily
commonality.
are in customer service.
People, exactly. But
you have to be an
the
empathetic
fitness part
person.
of it was different.
I feel like the fitness comes second.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
I agree. You just dang, I wish I could remember which coach it was. It was a webinar. I can't remember if it was a webinar or a podcast or something. It was definitely a coach, and they said, remember that it's called personal training and personal comes first.
Yep.
I've heard that a
that
lot,
blew my
yeah.
mind. When for the first time I
Yeah.
heard that, it blew my mind. I
That's
was like,
true.
that's very true. That's very true. And that reminds me of when I, just like you guys, when I first started training, I didn't really know what I wanted to do either. I just kind of,
Do we ever?
I like,
Does
no,
anybody?
yeah, no,
I mean,
exactly,
it kinda
right,
sounds
yeah.
bad when you put it like,
Right.
well,
But it's true,
It's like,
though.
oh, I'm just doing this because I don't know what else to do. But like,
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's true, though.
yeah,
I
a
think
little
there's
bit,
some truth to it.
Yeah,
I
like-
definitely have more clarity now, and this time in quarantine has definitely helped me gain that for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the philosophy for me, which this is going to count. Well, it's not a cheap plug. We're not selling anything, but with Strength with a Purpose, for
Yet.
instance, that's right. We were talking about our slogan and kind of what we focus on, and serving others through strength, and I think that's everything. I mean, it's honestly, if in fact, I'm going to bring it over to you guys. If you're young or old or whatever, if you're looking at entering the fitness industry, you want to become a personal trainer, and you were told the same things we were. Yeah, you're going to make your own schedule. You're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lie
and,
for, like, the
yeah,
first-
Yeah.
well, there's a little bit
yeah,
of that.
yeah.
But
We'll do a separate episode about that in the
That's a
future because it's
whole-
really funny.
I mean,
but yeah, or talk about it. Or talk about it
Shit,
today.
we'll just see where this goes.
Yeah, but I will totally admit that is what initially pulled me, and I was like, it's working out. I get to get paid to work out with people. That sounds
Yeah.
amazing, right? That's awesome.
Yeah. What
Then
did-
there's more to it.
What did I first say when I first started my job? I was like, yeah, because it gives me. I had the same mistake and thought like I get to make my own schedule. I get to work with people. I get to teach, which is what I really love. I really love teaching.
Yeah.
And then as a joke on the side, I'd be like, and why not just come with the side of sexy? Because we just get to know how to work out.
Yeah.
well, it does. Yeah,
Exactly.
Like,
It's a lot of things going on for sure.
but again, that was 5.5
Yeah.
years ago. I was ignorant.
Right. Oh no,
Well,
we
yeah.
we all were.
I know sexy's already there.
Yeah.
Never left.
Yeah, but the
It
big
never
thing.
left. I don't know what JT was talking about. It never left.
Yeah, and the reason these gentlemen are here with me on this series is we all definitely agree on this one fundamental thing, that we're, as personal trainers, again, personal comes first. It's not about us. It's not about our training methodology. It's not about our certifications, our degrees, or in my case, no degree.
Same.
None of that stuff matters. The most important thing is that we serve the person in front of us, and that to me, as far as values and philosophy go. I'm using the teleprompter.
It's a real teleprompter. You can't see
it's
it,
real.
but
It's real this time.
Go
yeah.
fuck yourself, San
San Diego.
Diego. San Diego. Who put a question mark on the teleprompter?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy. So I have to.
Go
This
fuck yourself.
This is a
San Diego.
segue, and I'm sorry for this. And Lauren's gonna be like, DeMarco, please don't do this.
If she wants.
So Lauren's
She
Lauren has my wife Lauren has a vacation block coming up in August, and everyone's stir crazy, right, for being inside all the time. So Lauren's asking like, oh, where do you want to go on a vacation? I threw out some ideas, and
San Diego.
Lauren says,
Wales
let's.
vagina.
Wales vagina.
That's exactly what happened, right? So Lauren
God.
says, let's go to San Diego, and I look right at my dog Nano, as I always do. We communicate with each other through our dog, by the way. That's I feel like most dog owners are going to understand that. We talk to the dog. She's the
buffer,
she's
yeah.
like the Pope. She intercedes. She's the mediary. I feel like a lot of people did not like hearing me say that, but that's okay. So
Who gives a shit?
Lauren says, yeah, let's go to San Diego, and I look at Nano and I say, San Diego, German for a whale's vagina.
Did you say German?
Yeah. And so Lauren
We have the same thought?
Lauren is looking at me.
Oh, it's Spanish. You can just quote it.
Oh, you were gonna go. You were gonna
Oh,
go
I
with
didn't
it.
even notice
He was gonna go with the
Spanish.
quote.
It's Spanish for whales vagina.
San
Yeah,
Diego.
San Diego.
In German, I mean, honestly, in German, I don't want to repeat it. But
It'd be worse, probably.
in
So-
German, it's
yeah.
German,
But
you don't want to. We're not going to go there.
But that's
No.
just how
We're,
off the cuff
we're
it
trying to
can
keep
be.
it family
Yeah.
friendly.
But Lauren looked at me and just
No,
went,
that's-
"What?" And I
Yeah.
said, "You've seen Anchorman, right?" And she said, "What?"
What?
I think our significant others were separated.
I
apart
pulled it
because-
up. No, definitely. So I pull up. I show her
She-
which I always do. I show her the YouTube
Well, no,
clip.
she may have seen it, but like she just doesn't have.
Yeah.
she has
That's true.
those
She hasn't,
responses.
it's
She's
true.
like,
She hasn't seen The Office until
Yeah.
a year ago.
So
Exactly.
I'm sure a lot of guys out there can relate to this. You drop a movie reference and your spouse
showed her the
doesn't. Oh yeah, she
showed
thought
her
it was so
the-
stupid. She thought it was stupid. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
She wasn't into
she's
it.
the yin to your yang.
Exactly.
exactly.
That's why it works.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
Whatever.
definitely.
Yeah. You're like, this is great. She's like, that's fucking stupid.
It's really not that funny.
But like,
She's
that's why. Yeah.
As
It
you can
is
see,
funny,
we
I
go off on
like it.
tangents, but if we have an Anchorman
But it's part of why we're
fan watching, maybe
We
this,
will.
Maybe this was the deciding factor to keep watching.
You should.
We just made that reference. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if they made it this far,
Well, yeah.
third time. Third time's a charm.
You ate an entire wheel of cheese?
I'm not even
Actually,
mad.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed.
It's so hot.
Milk was a bad choice.
Milk was a bad choice.
Second one's not terrible. It's not. It's good, but it's
They
not.
just tried to
It's not
recycle.
good.
They tried to recycle old jokes, though. That was my big mistake.
Yeah.
That,
I love
my
the
big
cast
mistake.
though. Jim Carrey's in there. Will Smith.
That was funny.
They are?
That was funny.
I didn't even give it a time.
final-
I didn't even give it a time of day.
Oh well, all right.
I
But they
hate
are.
your
They're barely.
guts, Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. Well, the first one.
Brent threw a trident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brent killed a guy.
Well, that
Where did you get a
escalated.
trident?
Well, that escalated quickly.
You should
You may
probably
want to
lay low for a while.
because you're probably wanted for
They're
murder.
probably looking for you.
You should probably lay low for a while. Oh, that movie kills me,
It's
man.
Oh, that's so good. What's
We're literally at like 10 movie references at least. By
And we're
this
only
point.
Who gives a shit?
25 minutes in, so.
This is that's part of the fun of this.
Oh, yeah.
We're literally just sitting there talking to each other.
I think this episode I'm gonna start a. Have you guys ever seen Cinema Sins?
Oh,
Have I
yeah.
shown you those?
Yep.
Have you seen
Or
those?
ding, ding.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, my head went elsewhere. when
It's
you
not
said
what you're
cinema
thinking.
and sin.
It's not what you're thinking.
Turn it around. That's
For those of you,
my entire puberty.
we're gonna keep going, but
God.
yeah. Anyway, so there's a YouTube channel called Cinema Sins where, and I've shown you, or you probably knew about it before, but
Yeah, the count of
they
sins.
go through all the errors during a movie, like continuity errors,
Oh.
like plot holes. And they have this little counter.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna do a counter for these for movie
Ding, ding, ding,
Office,
ding, ding,
Parks and
yeah.
Rec, and New Girl references. I'm gonna just drop like
Yeah, just pop
we're
culture.
gonna have some
pop
fun.
culture references.
Pop
all
culture
the way.
references. There we go.
There's a
So
JT reference in
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
there. Yeah.
So
But,
we'll have some fun. We'll do a counter. We'll start this episode.
Will Ferrell's been a big focus on this podcast.
Yeah.
On this.
Will Ferrell has been a
He
big
has been a
focus
big
today.
focus.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
Maybe we should reach
Get
out.
off the shit!
And it kind of applies because.
Get off the shit!
What were we talking about before that? The training values and philosophy?
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we went
somewhere
off on a
around
tangent,
there.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're halfway through our boom sauce. Shit's just hitting.
Yeah.
the fan.
Well, we all got into the industry for different reasons, but
This is why we
the
stay.
main driving factor was we love people and love helping
Each other.
people. So
And we love each other,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like honestly, if our team wasn't as good as it is, I don't know.
yeah, I might have quit a year in.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
I
It's
may have
definitely
just
a
went
culture.
back to school. And that's kind of what it was. I was like, oh, maybe I'll train for a year and then see if I like it, but make some money, go back to school. Because I just
Yeah.
couldn't take 7 straight years basically.
Oh, I
the
know.
program's
Oh yeah.
It's like 3 years of
yeah. No. I've
school
been in school.
afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's like
I'm with you on that. I've been in school since I was 24. I went back.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to earn my degree.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Oh yeah.
And it was.
It's hard
That's
when you're
why I was
working.
like
Yeah.
glad to
It's
get
hard.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because one, we don't think school wise. Like we don't think that. Well, at least I don't.
Yeah.
I know. I'm assuming you don't because we think very similarly.
Well, it's hard for me to.
I think
yeah.
like, school was like,
Well, the stuff that we had to learn and pay for that had nothing to do with ultimately what I knew I wanted to do, like
Yeah.
physics and chemistry,
Yeah, that was.
that turned me off big time. And plus I wasn't very good at it. But like anatomy,
Unless you can apply it. Like if you can apply it, it makes
I mean,
more sense,
physics.
right?
I mean,
And
Yeah.
you can apply. Yeah. There's a lot of
I mean,
physics. that gets-
anatomy and
Physiology.
exercise physiology, which
Yeah.
was my major. I loved it. I did very well in those
yeah, I was
classes.
nerding
the
out
labs.
about it. Yeah.
But it
Exactly.
applies directly to what you do too. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That's
So
a
if
big part.
you cram college into 2 years with just those classes that actually matter
Yeah.
for what I was going to do, it's would
Yeah.
have been a lot
Yeah.
better. But
2 more years of bullshit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is for another day entirely. But there are some I'll call them experts. I'm never going to call myself this, but people I refer to as experts that are they're theorizing that the education industry is going to have a massive disruption within the next
will.
5 to 10
Oh, I'm
years.
sure.
I know.
And
Are they,
stuff like that's probably going to be.
are they saying K to 12 education or higher education?
Oh, higher. I'm sorry, higher education. Well,
education you have to pay
hopefully
for. Yeah.
both. Honestly, I mean, just for the
we
sake
don't.
of
Yeah, we
improvement.
don't know. So like going like
Yeah.
on about education and whatnot, like the other education systems throughout the world, we're getting our ass kicked in the country.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we really are. Like Norway has 4-day work weeks, 4-day school weeks, and they're in school for 5 hours.
Yeah.
In Japan, they don't teach their kids. So my degree was going to be physical education. So
Yep,
because
yep.
That's really what I love about doing what we do.
Yep.
Have we talked about that really? I don't know if we talked like why
Not
I
on
love
here.
it.
Not on here.
I love it because I love teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I have like a new client, a first meeting, I'll tell them like, I have a passion for fitness. I don't fucking understand what that means. What do you mean you have a passion for fitness? Like you have a passion for feeling good? You
That's a
have passion
generic
for
thing
the
you hear on
side?
like a promo or a
It's-
commercial.
Yeah,
or
so like
something,
I've
yeah.
never
Yeah, you gotta go
understood
deeper
it.
than that, yeah.
Like what about the what actually is your like you like working out? Cool. How does that translate to the person sitting in front of you? You
Right.
enjoy working out for yourself. What about the person in front of you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've never fucking understood that saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
'Cause everyone has a different reason.
I agree. Yeah.
So the teaching part is really what I love about the job, about what we do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, actually, when I first started going back to school, I wanted to be a history teacher.
Oh, okay.
It would start off as history, and I realized, well, when I was 15, well, I wanted to teach high school. I didn't want to write the essay. What makes me think I want to read the essay from the kid that doesn't want to write the essay?
Fair.
I don't.
That's
Except
why I
for
could never
the-
be an actual
Except for
teacher.
maybe the 1 or 2 kids that actually really get into it
Yeah,
and
I
want to
couldn't
write
do
it.
that.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
They were like, well, don't design essays. I'm like, just shut up, Karen.
Yeah.
So,
It's always Karen.
fucking Karen. Fucking Tabitha. So,
So I know what you mean by that. Yeah.
yeah, so like, I transferred to physical education, and training comes right along with it. I give I'm honestly I'm trying to dial back, giving unsolicited advice, where it's just like, I like knowing things, so I'm just continuing to teach. My client's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. You like what you're.
Like, I
doing.
get it. Like, okay, give me a shot to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
That's another
yeah.
like why we don't call ourselves experts, because we still have shit we're trying to work on.
Yeah.
We still have things we know that are glaring in
Oh,
our game,
yeah.
which is I really like our team, because everybody has a glare in their game. We just reflect each other's glares really well. That phrase really turned its head. That worked out really well.
Sounded good. I like
That
it.
worked out really well. I didn't even.
You're not wrong.
I mean, usually I just make shit up on the
No,
spot.
we-
That literally came out of my mouth, and I didn't know what happened, and it just
Organically,
worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like Michael Scott.
Yeah, quite
He
literally.
doesn't know what he's talking about until
Sometimes I
he just
start.
hopes he gets there.
I said, look like a
Nice.
2-year-old monkey on a farm.
As you can see, I have Michael Scott guarding Michael Jordan.
The goats.
The greatest one-on-one match that never happened.
Yeah, that's a
And-
30 for 30. You
Yeah,
must
exactly.
see.
I'm not sure who would win, to be honest. but
You heard about the USA scrimmage game. It was the greatest
Exactly.
game no one saw.
same thing. Greatest
Yep.
one-on-one.
Yep.
Greatest 1-on-1.
It happened. I think.
did.
Didn't see it, but
Dunder Mifflin Warehouse.
exactly.
No one knows why the hell Jordan was in Philly. Well, fuck it. Pennsylvania. Same difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, Philly. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through my boom sauce. I don't know.
Yeah, same. It's flowing real nice.
stuff.
Yeah. Any other things you want to say about training values, philosophy?
Things that what is the biggest thing? Oh, this is actually a pretty good question. I asked it at a seminar, and they responded like I asked a different question. I was like, all right, I'm just not gonna.
I'm not.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna correct you. If you could look like the first year you were training, if you go
I've
back
been asked this recently
and
by Jack. Yeah, the interview thing on the phone.
what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We did like an interview thing with someone on the phone. Not for
Really?
like a job. Just
No.
another trainer we met.
Oh yeah. If you're watching this, Derek, it wasn't for a job. Don't worry. It was a job.
No, but like you guys had no, I know, not for a job, but like you guys had an interview, like you got interviewed.
Oh yeah, he's doing like
Yeah.
a thing for his gym, and like it's just a mutual friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
shout
yeah,
shout
I
out to
think
you,
he
brother.
asked the same
Forge
question that you
Forge Coach Jack
Yep.
on Instagram. Yeah. So
Oh,
did you need?
yeah, no, you guys all
Yeah.
follow him.
Yeah.
Because he was at the TSC.
So Katya came.
Okay, I was
and
about to say, like, I
he
feel like
competed
I'm
in
the
TSC.
only one of our group that doesn't know him.
Oh
I
yeah.
only met him the
Well,
one
the only reason is
Yeah.
because the TSC, because that's where we met him. Because she did the TSC, and then he was, I think he just hung out, and then they stayed with Mike and Lauren.
So
Oh,
he
cool.
reached out to basically pick different trainers' brains as far as like why they got into the industry, why they're still in the industry, stuff like that. So,
Okay, so yeah, then it probably may be the same question.
go ahead.
If you could go back and actually talk to you when you were first starting, what is the one piece of advice you would give?
Never stop learning. Because, like I said, back then I was like, oh, I'm not gonna not try to better myself, but like I just got out of school and didn't really want to do too much more like schoolwork kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But and then once I started to really try to, like I said, increase my arsenal, like with the strong press stuff and just like looking up stuff and I'm not too sure about that will better me as a trainer. I
Yeah.
just almost like fell in love with it again as far as like being a trainer. So never stop learning, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what I would say to
I like that.
myself.
I
How
like
about
that. Mine would have to be talk less and listen more. Talk less and listen.
That's a solid piece of advice.
Talk less, listen more. Yeah,
We have 2 ears and one mouth for a reason.
Exactly. The client in front of you this I can't help it, but I have to drop another movie reference.
Do it.
If
I
you
know,
guys
the more the
haven't,
merrier.
if you guys haven't seen the movie, then it won't work. But in the movie Roadhouse, there's Sam Elliott guards a punch.
Can't eat.
That's how we
He
should end the
guards a
episode.
punch from Patrick Swayze, and one of my favorite lines I've ever heard in a movie. He said, and he's his mentor. So Sam Elliott, Wade Garrett that's his character name. He says, "You taught me more than I ever taught you." That's definitely how it has been in my career. My clients have taught me way more than I've ever taught them as far as
Yeah.
Which helps you apply it
movement,
to other clients.
personality types, who does
Personality types. That's it. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just what kind of people you get along with well. Just I hate to use it, but not how to motivate people, how to communicate with people and how to level with people, because everybody's different, and that's when I listen more, I learn a lot more. That's for sure. So
Yep. What would you say to yourself?
So I have,
Yeah, what would yours be?
So like as you guys were talking, like, so I already had like what I would probably say to myself, but it kind of turned over, and it's actually kind of also observation I have about you guys as well. And it's not even advice; it's just more like what I see.
Yeah.
You guys are made for this industry. The way you approach people, the way you interact with people,
thank you,
the way
man.
you approach and learn and teach more than anything. You guys are really here to educate. You guys are probably like me. When your client hits a PR, you're a little bit more excited than they are.
Oh, dude.
Absolutely.
My client,
Full on, right?
Yeah.
my client PRs are more exciting than mine now. I don't
I
even,
don't
like.
care,
I enjoy
'cause you
PRing,
help
but
do that.
my
It's
client
fu-
PRs are
yeah.
way more exciting.
It's not even
now,
that,
yeah.
but, like, it's not even that, but like you've seen their growth and they hit a PR.
Yeah.
With the full let's fucking go.
Especially if it's someone who's never been to a gym, like if it's their first gym or their first time going to a gym and they're very nervous,
Yeah.
and then they smash a weight and you're like,
Which is
well, that's
where
awesome.
we like to help people.
Yeah.
So
You're
seeing
like,
them
hell
do
yeah.
that because of our help, it's humbling.
It's
you know?
yeah, it feels
So,
great.
Yeah.
So like that's actually
Absolutely.
what I would tell to you guys today.
Yeah.
I thoroughly feel like you guys were made for this industry.
Thank you, man.
And I would tell
Thank you.
the same thing to my younger self. And it feels cocky saying it because I would honestly, with full confidence, say to my younger self, you are made for this. You are made to
to get
teach.
you to keep going.
I think that's good.
To
No,
honestly,
yeah.
Well, honestly, to have me fight harder into this being a career
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
just a job. Because I told you, the degree was supposed to be physical education. I wanted to go off and actually become a teacher.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
But I'm like, no, like this is the industry for you.
No, you're right.
This is a career you can make of it. And if I actually had that thought process when I first started,
You would have been more motivated.
not even more motivated, but I don't know where I would be now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
It's
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
you should mention that because
But then I'm not mad about where I am now because I'm
Exactly.
sitting
Yeah.
on a porch drinking beers with you guys.
Exactly.
And
This is what it was leading up
I
to.
really wouldn't
Right.
trade this for much.
not at all. And that reminds me of another friend circle of mine who friends of mine from college, and one of the guys was talking about how
Sentimental.
he's been back and forth
Boom sauce.
in his career,
It's on the back of it.
his career fields of what he wants to do, and
Emotional.
I actually didn't know this about him because he's a mutual friend, so I don't know him as well.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, I was a personal trainer, and I said, oh, that's awesome, man. And I was like, that I got lit up. I was like, yeah, man, love it. Started talking,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, I decided I needed to get a real job, and I wasn't offended by it because I get that,
him,
and I
it's
was
different.
there at
Yeah,
one point.
and
I
you
was
definitely
definitely there.
have to
I was
change-
definitely there at one point.
Yeah. No,
So I
we all have been.
definitely understand that, but he
Like-
didn't make that next step, take the next step the way
Yeah.
we did.
And like
So I get it, 'cause it's tough, man. The
And it's
schedule,
not for everybody.
the
It's
schedule will
for-
kick your ass, man. Let me
and,
tell
like,
you.
I see the
my
thought
God.
process behind people. So actually,
Yeah.
before being a trainer, so speaking when people are like, "Oh, I wanted to get a real job." Before being a trainer, I waited tables and I bartended.
Yeah.
And people always say like, "Oh, it's not a." It's like, "Oh, what's your real job?" Or like, "What are you doing?" Like, what is your? Why are you in school to get a real job? Like, that's a real fucking job.
Yeah, that's rude.
You could
That's
say-
it's extremely rude.
I don't know, man. There's
But
a lot of
then-
people missing the food service,
Yeah.
people right now. They would argue that's a very real job.
Yeah, I mean, my kid's first job
Yeah.
will be service industry. You
Yeah.
learn so much.
You need
I-
to. No, I
but-
agree.
I was
I
15,
agree.
yeah.
Mine was
Yeah.
too. Yep.
But well, actually, so what I was saying before, what was I saying?
I mentioned I'm gonna go get a real
yeah,
job.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So I can see the thought process though, because
Yeah.
real job, 9 to 5, salary,
The typical, yeah.
stability, an accountant. That is the stereotypical real job.
Oh yeah, an upper
It's-
management position.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
stable. You have a 9 to 5. You have a white picket fence with 3 children. Like that's the stereotypical thought process, and there's no way. Like I said, like we were talking about it earlier, if we had that lifestyle, we would probably drive ourselves into a pole.
Yeah. Well, I cannot be stuck behind a desk. You're right.
Phew.
I would love to be done by 5.
I could.
But that's.
Oh right, yeah.
So I'm with you on that one.
That's something we can do.
Right.
It is in
We
our
just
power.
have to do the work for it.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
That's the
That's
difference.
True. That's true.
See, now that's where the making
Hey,
your own schedule comes from.
Just so
'Cause
we're
you
clear,
physically
I
have
love
to.
all of my people. We're not. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
think about that. We love you. We love all of you.
My people I have after 5. I still
My
love
6,
you.
7, 8.
Yeah,
God, I
you
can't
guys are
stand
great.
those appointments. No, I'm just.
Yeah, you guys are great. But like,
If it weren't for you, we wouldn't
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
job.
I'll
so
see you on Saturday.
just
No,
so
I'm
we.
kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, a 5-day work week would be fun too. But like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, we could,
6 days.
yeah, I mean that's
Oh,
that's another
yeah.
thing that a lot of people don't realize about our job, where they don't like, oh yeah, you just work out for a living, and like they
Yeah.
don't really take personal training. Like the movie, so it's pop culture, but it's actually going to fit into this right now. Burn After Reading.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt's
yeah.
character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's like the only part of the movie I know.
That's
Yeah.
that
headphones in.
stupid idiot, or like the people we see on Instagram that are just full-blown narcissists.
Yeah.
That are actually doing a more disservice for our industry than actually like
Yeah,
going
well-
for it. We could have a whole thing on me just sitting in front of a camera, just bashing all those people.
No, you're right.
But they're not the ones that make up our industry. They're not the ones that are good at their job, but they're the stereotypical ones that everybody thinks of when they think of ours. So get a real job is really what they think of.
Yeah.
That's what they think of.
Yeah.
Boy,
It sucks.
and that ties in exactly to when you said I don't like the word trainer, and I wonder if that's probably part of why, because of that, because of the stereotype that comes with it. So
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely,
definitely.
more coach. I mean, at least us. We're definitely more coach
Yeah.
than trainer.
yeah.
Actually, my internship that I did that ultimately did push me to after graduation
What
to
was
try
it?
to get a. It was that Athletic Evolution.
That's right. We actually had a mutual connect.
I forget her. Yeah. Scott.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, 'cause
no,
you-
I
yeah.
know. So you were Scott. I worked with Scott's wife at one of my restaurants.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
I mean, they weren't husband and wife at that
So
point.
what is athletic evolution? What is that?
So I think the youngest athlete I worked with was like 8 and 9,
That could be a place we could
all the
talk.
way up to
That'd
like.
be a
oh,
place
yeah.
we could talk.
Yeah. 9 years
I'll
old?
reach out,
That's
yeah.
awesome,
It's-
man.
Yeah, all the way up to like.
What kind of an
maybe
athlete?
17 or 18. He was basketball.
Yeah.
Way better than me.
Was he a stud? I was going to say.
It would have been. This is him, and this is me. Literally.
What is wrong with me today?
A 9-year-old would have balled up.
10,000 times more athletic. Yeah.
But regardless, so it's funny that you say that though, because Athletic Evolution is
This is
one.
me.
I like that name. I really
it's-
like that
it's a-
name.
I don't. It's not. I
I haven't been in it yet, but it's
in
a
Woburn.
hell of a facility.
They have
Evolution,
yeah, they have
athletic
a bunch of
evolution.
stuff.
I think that's a really cool name.
And I think that's what pushed me to be like, all right, I love working with people. I love this setting more so than like trying to rehab a guy who just like blew out his knee or whatever, which is still very noble. I'm not saying it's not. I just
Yeah.
don't think I could do it. But regardless, like
Nothing
I
wrong
did
with
that
though.
internship.
Go after what you want though. There's
Yeah.
nothing. I think a big part
You
of
only have one shot at, oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
knowing what you want is knowing what you don't want to.
Exactly.
think
I
that's
did
big
that.
thing.
I did that
I
internship
like that.
my junior year at Athletic Evolution, and that's I think made me actually fall in love with being able to apply the stuff that I loved before, like in the anatomy class and exercise physiology. So that definitely was a huge thing to be like, hey, maybe you should try training after this. But
Yeah.
regardless, on the back of our shirts, because we had to identify ourselves as like that we worked there, it said coach. And I just realized that now. I was like,
That's
yeah,
cool.
So it didn't say trainer, it said coach. So that kind of ties into everything that you're talking about. We worked with athletes who wanted to get better at their sports through strength and conditioning, and usually athletes who were walk-ons for college, because I worked with quite a few of those people. Who,
Cool, man.
Yeah. Who like,
Did anybody you work with were there any that stand out to you that you remember from?
Oh, for sure. Actually, one of them goes to BSC. When she's not in school, but so I'll point her out next time.
Cool.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was like,
Yeah.
I remember you, but she's doing well in college, but and the guy that owns the place has people who want to enter the combine NFL come there and train. So I've seen a bunch of those
That's
guys.
pretty
That's
awesome.
awesome. That's
That was
awesome.
pretty cool. But again, on the back of the shirt said coach.
Yeah.
So I like
Coach.
that.
Yeah, that's one thing I do
I like that.
really enjoy about being up here in New England is compared to other regions of the country, we are heavy set in quality strength coach facilities.
That's
here.
one of the things that really attracted
Like
me
heavy
to moving here.
set.
That was
'Cause,
one, yeah.
if we're not going to sit here and do it right now, but if we actually put our heads together and
There's a
spent
lot.
15 minutes of trying to think of good quality, we easily could think of
Boyles.
50 Boyles, Cressy,
Athletic Evolution.
Athletic Evolution,
Jeff Cavalier.
Achieve, your team leader,
Mike Perry.
Skill of strength.
Skill of Strength, the
Skill
gym.
Strength, Mike Perry.
Thank you.
Skill
Take
Strength.
the
yeah.
gym, Skill of Strength, Athletic Evolution.
Also,
Athletes
Mike-
Edge up in Salem, where I did my internship.
Mike Perry, I'm gonna reach out to you, man, because Mike Perry loves
he
beer.
watch?
I don't know if he watches, but he
I-
does drink beer. So I think I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he'd wanna do something.
That'd be interesting.
Mike Perry's cool, man. I'm like
Yeah, so
I'm like
that's,
man crushing on this guy right now.
that's another thing we're hoping to do throughout this is actually get to know. So we live in a mecca of strength and conditioning up here in New England.
Dude, it's
Because of like Boyles and Cressy, who are just. If you have those internships on a resume, so in our industry, if you have one of those internships on your resume, you can get a job anywhere.
Yeah.
Like legitimately.
we got some heavyweights up here for sure.
So, and a lot of the good places are former Cressy or former Boyle.
That was my first choice to go for my internship. I put number one was.
Well, we're gonna cut that part out before we actually have that.
Probably shouldn't have said that. You're right. But,
No,
well,
it's
I just didn't know
They'll
enough about the other
understand.
place.
Like,
Yeah,
all right, no,
yeah.
I get it. Like, it's Boyle. Like,
Yeah,
fucking
well,
Mike
I didn't
Boyle.
know enough
Mike
about-
Boyle was
yeah.
a strength coach for the Red Sox as well.
Exactly.
Before-
yeah. And he
I think it was
he
a
came
little
in
bit
to
before.
speak to one of my classes, and like that's I was like, all right, that's my number one choice right there. Number two was Athletic Evolution. It was totally fine with what I got because I got probably more out of it than I thought I would. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you can't go wrong up here, honestly, with at least strength coach internships. You can go wrong with the coach that you pick, but not from any of the places that we've been listing off. Because I think it's Kerwin Ray, I was saying, we're trying to increase the quality of our herd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you have a quality herd, that herd is going to rise you up.
Yeah, you were talking about that. That's right. You were
Yes.
talking about that.
We're,
No,
trying to have good people, like just
Dude,
good people. And
you
good
gave you actually. It was ironically it was right before
this
everything happened, but I think it was a week or two before. I remember
before
telling.
the plague.
I remember telling Mike this, and I when
You got one.
you
Why are you running?
You said a word that it was in my head. I don't know if I'd ever said it out loud.
Really?
But you said, yeah, we were up at the fitness help desk, and it was just the two of us, and we were just in between appointments up there, and you said I absolutely love this tribe that we have built, and you said the
Tribe,
word
yeah.
tribe out loud, and I was like,
we all
I got chills.
Shoulder tattoos.
no, I did, I got chills. I was like, oh, that's amazing,
Well,
because
A little
that.
emotional one.
Again, I know I talked about this last episode, but the last place I was at, we did not have that. People were just
No.
like, whatever.
I'm spoiled because this is the first and only
Yeah,
place I've been
I'm
at, so.
happy for you, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like seriously, this is a
Same.
great.
Honestly, BSC was the first place I was ever hired, but it was never like that.
Yeah.
This is arrogant. I mean, it's not arrogant because it's
No,
not
it's not
just me.
arrogant.
But I'm gonna be honest. Like, if it's the right person who wants to work hard, wants to learn, and is ready to be a student of strength, I'm like, cheap plug
Yeah.
there for Strong First.
Yeah.
That we actually do have a great spot for that for developing young trainers that actually want to commit to it.
That's another thing I do like about our field is that when you get a little more seasoned, when you're not, because when we first started, it's a revolving door of
Yeah.
clients from all
3 years.
ages. And,
3 years is the industry average.
Yeah.
NFL, dude.
I'm coming up on that. Like
Yeah.
3 years in the industry, but also with clients, which is cool.
Yeah.
Couple veterans, so that's cool.
That's
great.
That's sick.
Yeah.
You have
Like-
clients that have been with you since you started.
Ronaldo's number one.
That's amazing.
Well, he
Ronaldo,
was like my third client.
dude, we need to get him on here, man. For
I
his,
would love
for
that,
his
yeah.
Marvel knowledge, he would be sick on here, man.
Oh, that'd be
We
fun.
would be. That would be sick, yeah. And he's also really jacked, so
Yeah.
let's be
He
real.
is.
He
He is.
looks the part,
So, shit, what was I saying?
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
No, I forgot to. That's it.
I said
Uh,
tribe, the herd. You were talking about the herd.
The herd with the tribe. No, it was because we went to like the tribe and the thing. And get off the shit! I told. All right.
That's 3 times, I think.
It's been a few. I don't know. I've lost track. Where am I?
Well, we're gonna wrap this episode up because we have another one to film.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing another one with another beer. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get loud. I get it.
So how about closing remarks? What do we got?
Get off the.
yeah, it's cut right there.
3.5.
My I
was a
guess
quick count.
I guess if you because our
2,
big thing we
3.
wanted to talk about was like training values and philosophy. I know I said it earlier, but I guess to bring it back full circle, serve others. I mean, if you think you're going to enter the industry and just make a whole lot of money and work a really cush schedule and not do a lot of work, it's not going to
And you
happen.
might.
I got to tell you that right now. Now, it ain't going to happen when you first start. I'm going to tell you that
No,
right now.
I
It just ain't
remember.
happening.
I remember.
If
now.
you're not in the industry to serve others
No.
and to learn and become better for the reason
What's ABV?
and
I
purpose
should
to
have
serve others and become a better coach for your clients, not for yourself, for your clients. If that's not your number one goal, get out of the industry because it's gonna eat you up, chew you up, spit you out.
You have to pay your
You
dues.
won't last long. Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah,
pay.
you have to
You
pay
gotta
your
earn your
dues.
stripes. That's right. You
And
gotta pay your dues.
after a certain amount of time. So
You gotta get the reps in, man. That's all.
Yeah.
People don't hate to hear that. There's no magic, for anything.
it's
You
hard
gotta
work.
do it.
It's just like results in the gym too. It's
gotta
hard
put the
work.
reps in.
Like
That's right.
The iron is iron. Like it's gonna be 225 pounds whether you do the work or not, and
Yep.
it's gonna show when you play with the barbell.
That's right. That's right.
But so what I was saying, trying to say earlier before I forgot,
Yeah.
was
Happens a lot. Don't feel bad.
I know I'm trying not to let it happen again. Yeah, no. So the good thing, so when you do get those rounds in, when you do all of this, and they say that if you want to understand the quality of a manager, take a look at his staff, because the staff is going to reflect the manager.
Yep.
Same thing with the clients. And when you're in the game for a while and like that revolving door, the people that stick are the ones that are going to reflect best with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have, as a coach or a trainer, if you have a bunch of flaky clients, you're probably a flaky coach. If you have consistent clients, you have consistent people that show up and are hitting the things, you're probably on your shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, when it comes to a certain amount of time that you've been in the industry, you actually kind of start to get to pick what kind of clients you get to work with.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you have, it says I'm starting to hit that point now that I'm looking at this as a career, where I can now see people like we're starting to work together, or like we're talking about working together, and just off that interaction where I'm like, all right, is this really what it's going to be like? I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
maybe this isn't going to work out.
Yeah.
Because now I'm spending my time, extra time, trying to get this person going. And it's like the 4-hour work week we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's my book recommendation, actually.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
talking about the 4-hour work week. Usually, and you might be able to think of this as well, 80% of your headaches come from 20% of your clients.
Maybe a little bit more.
You know,
It depends on the week.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I do.
So like
Yeah.
what I do now is, because I've been in the industry for a bit, is try to limit that 20% of clients. Work with the ones I know I can work with, personality, the ones that want to show up, the ones that want to be there. Because I'm not there. I now say I'm not there to motivate. That's now we're in philosophies. I don't know if we got that deep into it, but I'm not a motivator. I can motivate you if you want to be motivated, but if you're relying on me, this isn't gonna work.
It's not sustainable.
It can't
Yeah.
be 100% you.
Yeah, we talked about this in the first one.
Yep.
It's like the road map on a car.
Yeah, right.
I'm in the passenger seat. You're driving. And if I feel like I'm going to have to drive the car for you, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
So you can find another coach. Unless you're willing to show up and do this.
It may start like that, but then they got to shift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shift that
Oh, sure.
responsibility
Yeah.
to
The initial.
themselves.
Yeah. There's just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's
I agree.
why we,
Yeah.
that's
But
why
the
we get them in
mind.
the
But
first
I
place.
agree with you. I think mindset's everything. I think mindset's
Like for an
everything.
example, we've been online training in different ways for this entire quarantine, isolation, pandemic, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And I was talking to a potential client where I sent them a questionnaire to kind of fill out and put them into the app. And they're like, all right, can't you just do that for me?
Oh.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. And actually, she's a member of BSC. We'll
Oh.
talk about that after.
Uh-oh.
But like,
I feel like I know who it is.
for real, like, all right, come on, really? Like, I have to do this? All right, then I'm actually glad you decided not to fill out, because I'm not going to deal with this.
Yeah. That would
That's.
bug me.
Yeah.
And we're
Because
talking about a
that's part of our
process that
business.
doesn't take that much time.
5 questions.
That's the sad part, right?
And 3 of them are multiple choice.
You and I know this. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I've about finished my beer.
Same.
Sam?
I think
Same.
that's a good segue into not
Beers
that you
are
guys
done.
know because it's going to be weeks apart, but
Absolutely.
episode 2 coming up.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time we're filming. We'll see where this gets released.
Yeah.
So basically,
We'll find out.
when you see episode 4, we'll have the same clothes on, but we didn't.
I'm,
shit.
There's
I'm
not-
switching
yeah.
shirts because
Or
I'm going to
days
get back
in
into
between.
character for my next
Or
role.
this will be episode 4. We don't know.
Oh, that's
We're just
true.
going to figure it out and
Exactly.
kind of roll with the dice and see what fucking happens.
Exactly.
Sorry, Grandma.
Absolutely.
But, like, yeah.
Sorry, DeMarco's grandma.
Sorry. Get off the shot!
4.5. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
tuning in today. We
No,
appreciate it.
appreciate you guys being a part of this,
And
and
thank you, Lord Hobo, for the boom sauce.
yeah, thank you, Lord Hobo, for the boom sauce, and
Always.
all right,
Hopefully
we're
we
gonna
can talk to you soon.
just remember we're gonna say this last part in unison.
Boom. I don't even know what the part
Look at
is.
number 5 on the teleprompter. I'm gonna say, and remember.
Put it in my butt. No, I'm sorry.
I said number 5, not number 6.
That was a private conversation.
I don't want to play Toby 6. I don't want to play Toby 6. Sorry.
Number 6 is paid subscription, but for
Yeah,
number
right.
5,
That's our OnlyFans.
Baseline $49.99 a month.
ready?
12
3,
months.
2,
1.
1.
Eat and drink local.
There we go.
There you go, baby.
Boom.
Mine's empty.